Hey there everybody, this is Johnny here bringing you another episode of my Vainglory gameplay. This is a game, a solo rank match featuring Catherine. So the battle, as you can see, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. We are basically a team comp comprising of Ringo in lane and Sky in the jungle. Now, the thing about farming with Sky is that you need to help her get the minions all in line to where she is. Like, for example, what I'm doing there, I was just trying to lure the minions towards her and not walk in a off-tangent route, because usually for Skies, they will want to use the 4 barrage on minions. So you would want to try to make it easier for her to farm. Over there, I did the mistake of trying to walk in a sideway fashion, but in the end, she managed to get it in the end, so that's not too bad. Here we are, managed to get some farm, and I think she's able to shop. Yeah, now the thing about Catherine in this game, I think I wanted to go with Arden first, but I think during the draft, unfortunately, Arden was chosen first. So I had to settle for Catherine, which actually is not a bad idea, because Catherine would be naturally my second favorite support hero. Though the drawbacks is that she's very squishy. Very, very squishy in the early game, especially without her Storm Guard. She's very, very squishy. And even if she does have a Storm Guard, and because her abilities take up so much energy, it's going to be so hard to have your Storm Guard up all the time. And basically enemies, all they had to do is to just wait for your Storm Guard to drop, and then they'll start attacking you and you'll be dead in like seconds. So that's the one thing bad about Catherine. She's also not very good for fighting early game, so you just have to take note of all that when you are playing it. So okay, so here we are. We're just gonna check if there's any scout traps in the other side, and if there's any farm for us to steal. Apparently not, so we're just gonna not risk going into the jungle, and we're going to just farm on our side instead. So now the other thing good about Catherine is her CC abilities. As you know, she has a stun and she has a silence, which is absolutely devastating. It could render an enemy super helpless. I think silences are even more cool than stuns. Stuns, you can still activate your reflex block, I believe, but like a silence is very underestimated. Like, people don't think much about Catherine's ultimate, I guess, but you have no idea the impact it has on teamfights. Speaking of teamfights, here we are in our first one. I get really caught in a bad position here. I use my boots to run away, and I'm just going to flare into the bush because I'm going to keep have an eye on them. We don't want to get caught unaware. But you see, I'm trying my best here to figure out what to do best. I'm very low here, but I want to flare into the bush. But before I can do that, I get killed by Joel's Thunder Strike. It took me some time to actually activate my flare. I was wondering why wasn't it flaring out. I don't know what I did wrong there, but it caused my team a lot right there. So my bad. You know, sometimes I make mistakes. Sorry guys. But yeah, we're back in going out. Oh, at least Ringo managed to kill off Arden, so we traded something in the end. And now we're just gonna go back to the jungle and do some farming. So as you can see there, when I'm clearing the minions, I try to stay as close as possible to I try to walk towards Sky, or either walk in a straight line away from Sky, so that Sky's forward barrage allows her to kill off the minion quickly. Here we are going to the lane, and I'm going to stun the Joel. But as you know, it's easy for Joel to just run away. And look at her, she just is having a sliver of health. And we're not able to finish her off, which is really unfortunate. So we're just going to invade the jungle because we know that probably Joel is going to port back to base, so we have opportunity to invade. Unfortunately, we're not able to steal that farm, but we're able to take this one at least. So I'm just going to help her do some farming here. And I'm going to trip this scout trap. Alright, so good. At least we steal something. That puts us in a good position. I'm going to get some life spring. I'm going to work towards my renewal, of course, because renewals are like the #1 must-have item on a support hero. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to take this farm. I was trying to convince Sky that going to lane now is not a good idea. It's probably best if you just concentrate on getting money. I'm just gonna go up here just in case Joel is gonna be aggressive. Then I tell her, okay, and she's not, so let's just go back to our farm. Yeah, okay, so let's go over here. And I think Arden wants to come into the jungle, so we're just gonna catch him unaware. Unfortunately, all three of them are there, but Sky does a great job of kiting to the back lines, and there she is, just trying to reposition herself very nicely there to be on our side. And here we are, we see the fortress there. We're gonna put down some damage on the fortress, especially with the stun, and we're able to finish him off, but Ringo dies in the process. And check this out, as we're going to go after the Joel, he uses her ultimate, and yeah, Sky just dies, melts there. Nothing we can do. We thought we had her, but I didn't realize that she had an ult up, and it just totally took us out there. So, well, it's at least we didn't do too bad. I'm still alive. We didn't get the ace. They didn't get the ace. So at least not too bad. So I know Joel is like pretty low. I mean, half health. So I decided to stick around in lane, waiting for Ringo to come over. And then I'll stun her, and hoping Ringo could follow up with like his usual twirling silver and his Achilles heel shot, but he wasn't able to. Oh, what a waste. It's really unfortunate there. Or at least I thought he might have his ultimate up by then to follow up to kill her, but he didn't have that either. So that was a big pity. But I think she is definitely porting back now. So, oh no, apparently not. They're all three in lane right now. I'm just gonna quickly get some vision items here, and I'm gonna be careful because they're all in that bush. I just want to make sure that we don't get caught unaware. But Ringo dies. I don't know who to chase after now, either Arden or Joel. And Sky decides to go after Joel. And we spot her right there trying to port back. We catch her before she does. I go in with my stun. Sky does a repositioning right there, very nicely done. And now we're just going to just keep on farming. So yeah, at least we traded in 1 for 1, and it was good. And now Fortress comes out of nowhere. I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't see Arden around, so I just decide to continue pursuing, because once Sky has him locked on, it's going to be a very good position for us, because Sky does a lot of damage to a locked on target. She can Suri Strike to chase after the target, so I want to support Sky when doing so. And it pays off because we're able to kill both Arden and Fortress. And now with this, we're able to take the gold mine. We have to be careful though, because we know Joel is somewhere around. We don't want to mess with Joel. She could just steal this. So I'm just going to quickly just take it as fast as I can. I throw a flare in there. She's not there, so we're just gonna trip the scout trap, and we got the 284 gold, which is a lot. Then Joel decides to jump in, as you can see in the background. I can stun her, and she's gonna pay the price before she can even release her ultimate. That was really close. As you can see, I got my Fountain of Renewal, so it's gonna help us in the next few team fights, hopefully. I'm gonna plant some more scout traps around for vision, and I'm gonna ping to Sky to take these front camps, because we don't want any, especially Fortress, to steal our farm. So there we go. Here we are, just gonna do some more farming. I tell Ringo to not push too hard. Just be very careful. Port back if you have to. Yeah, and don't overextend, because if you get ganked and you die from it, what happens is that the both of us will have to then cover lane, and we'll lose a lot of time in the jungle, which actually is a lose-lose situation for all of us. So it's best if we, just all maintain our positions. Only when we're together, then we'll all go in fight. Alright, so flared into our bush, seeing that Arden is right there. We just want to be careful. Ringo comes down, so we're in a better position to fight. As you can see, I'm not using my stun just yet, because I want to be very careful in using my energy. Energy is very important here. I go in with the stun on the Fortress, and then a silence, seeing if it's possible for Sky to do something while they are silenced for a few seconds. Unfortunately, we're not landing the abilities like we wanted to. And now, as you can see, Joel lands a jump onto us, and I'm putting up my Stormguard banner here to try to deflect the damage. Sky tried, I think, to Suri Strike around the wall. Didn't work. and now I'm left guarding the tower by myself. And yeah, so now we're in a really bad spot. I just need to make sure that I concentrate on just killing off the minions, or at least the enemies. Focus on them. They're very, very low. And look at the damage from the ultimate once again. Ringo tried to use the ultimate onto Joel. Unfortunately, instead, because he was stuck on the spot channeling his ult, got totally wiped out by Joel's ultimate, which is really unfortunate. So I'm gonna port back, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna port back right now, and we're gonna get my Stormguard banner. This is gonna help me deal more damage to the enemies during team fights, and of course this is also building towards my contraption. So some of the things that you might consider building with Catherine, I think I mentioned this before in other videos, is to build a cooldown Catherine, because that's definitely one of the best her abilities are so instrumental in fights that it's like, you know, if you can get her abilities up quicker, it's going to help so much in fights. So cooldown for her is going to be very good, especially because if you're playing, if you have your Stormguard bubble up most of the time, it's going to be so hard for the enemy to burst you down. Here we go, another team fight. Joel jumps in and gets into a bad position there. Unfortunately, we're not able to, or we're able to take out the fortress because of my silence. He was not able to boot away, and so we're now in a very good position to push. Look at the damage there by Sky, just poking away. I'm trying to put damage onto the turret, and once again, Joel's ultimate melts the Ringo, and now we need to stay back a little bit. I did use my fountain to help heal Sky there, as you can see. We just have to be careful here. We don't want to do anything silly because Joel has that ability to rush in and finish us off. So we have to just be very, very careful. And furthermore, Fortress is now up in lane as well. So we just have to hold on, wait for Ringo to join us before we do anything else. And Sky is using her abilities a bit too often right now, because the worst thing about Sky is that if she doesn't have her abilities up, especially a Crystal Sky, she's not going to be of much help. So she needs to conserve her energy a little bit. So she's trying to get her energy back, as you can see, by taking that regen minion, and we have to be careful again because Arden is poking around. I'm just gonna try to take those two front camps, yeah, because we don't want them to steal it. That's the last thing we want. Yeah, so fortunately she's able to get it, and now we're gonna go to the back of our camps to get some more money. So things are looking all right at this point in time, so we have to be really careful. There we go, just farming away. Everything looks peaceful in the jungle, in the lane. And then I see that lane has some activity, and I was trying to rush Sky along, but look at how long Sky is taking to clear that minion. She realizes and she gives a sad face, and like, this is funny. Alright, so I go in there and try to finish off the Arden, but once again, Arden being so tanky, we're not able to kill him off. The damage by Ringo not enough, and then Ringo sticks around. Even with such low health, Ringo sticks around, and with one Thunder Strike by Joel, and the minions just killed off Ringo like that. So yeah, there we go. I put it in my silence again. Now, most of you might think that it's not a good idea to do a silence at that point, especially because now we're in trouble. But yeah, I wasted my silence there in a way because we didn't follow up with anything. I guess I used that silence as part of trying to shoo off the enemy, because they look very poised to want to kill us. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to use my silence here just to make sure that they're not going to yeah, basically kill me off yet. So unfortunately, once again, we're not able to get the Joel. You know, we keep having this near kills, but near kills is equal to no kills, and that's really bad for us. So yeah, I would advise that having your ultimate, that silence, try not to waste it too much, because it's a very important tool. Usually what you want to do is to follow up the silence with a stun, and then your whole team goes in together. The best scenario is that you silence, and then if you have a Warhorn, activate your Warhorn for your whole team to just run into the enemy, because for a full 3.5 seconds they can't do anything. So that's actually a really very, very good way to play it. I'm gonna just join my teammates up here. There's a lot of activity going on in lane. I get myself in a really bad position. I get myself stuck, and I'm gonna put on my Stormguard banner, Stormguard bubble, and I still get killed there. I don't know why I decided to stick around too much. I made that mistake. I should have just go all the way back to my turret, I guess. So once again, a little bit of a mistake by me. Looking at the scoreboard, looking at the builds, it's good that Skye now has a Frostburn and a Broken Myth. This is going to help her scale her crystal power so well. And once, I'm telling you, man, once Skye has these two items, she is golden. Her damage is going to be insane. Ringo, as you can see, has no defense except for boots. Has no defense. I just sometimes just cannot understand that. Why would you not have defense? Anyway, so here we are, just to check on the enemies if they are taking the Kraken. They're not, but I'm gonna check one more time, and here we go. We're gonna go for a fight. Now check this out. This is where it turns. They get caught in Skye's ultimate. I do a silence and they all can't do anything for 3.5 seconds. They're just walking away, and then only when they finally have the abilities up do Joel run away. But by then it's too late. We're already locked on to them, and we finished them out for an ace, our first one of the game. And finally, the tide has turned for us. I'm gonna flare into this area just to make sure if there's any vision in the area. And I'm just gonna clear the scout trap so they're not able to see what's happening here, and we're able to just take this without any contest. Skye is great, of course, for taking Kraken. Look at the damage she's dishing out onto the Kraken. Very nice work there. And Ringo, great work by Ringo, because he has so many damage items. He's able to take out so many turrets, and now it's time for us to push. We're going to go with, I'm just going to build towards my Aftershock here. Ringo is coming down here to the shop. I think he's trying to get more money. As you can see, in a while you will see that Ringo, he's just gonna go and get some more farm, because he needs the money to afford something, I feel. So he runs back to shop again. I was like, at first I didn't know what he was trying to do. I was like, oh, okay, I guess he needs to shop for something. He buys a Tyrant's Monocle, and he's gonna join us as soon as possible. However, we get in a really bad spot here. Thankfully, I'm able to now use my silence to keep Skye alive for those precious seconds for her to drop the ultimate onto the whole group of enemies there, and Ringo is able to finish off two of the enemies while I finish off Fortress. And Ringo, of course, because he has no defense, he dies very quickly too. But the good thing is we got the ace, and now with Kraken, I'm able to now push right into the whole base. This is not GG yet, guys. I don't think we're able to finish off the next turret, because I saw that the enemy timers, they're going to be up in just a while, and it's just me there. I don't want to be in a situation where I get caught and they kill me and they get the ace. I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do instead is that I'm going to leave the Kraken do his work there, while I am just going to farm. I'm just going to take their minion mine and get some money out of it. Yeah, so it's going to put me in a very good position to get lots of money. If you can see, I'm going to take the minion mine for 375 gold. Woo! I got now 2,200 plus gold, and I'm gonna get myself my Aftershock, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get my Aftershock. Yeah, there we go. Get my Aftershock. I'm gonna get some more defense items here. What I'm gonna do right now, as you can see, I'm gonna purchase a Dragon Heart. Now, the Dragon Heart was because Dragon Heart can build into 3 different things: a Crucible, a Shiver Steel, or a Warhorn. I wanted to leave it at that because it's more flexible that way. Now check this out. In this next fight, you're gonna see us wait in this bush for Joel, and when she appears, I silence and I go in for the stun, and my teammate just go all in onto Joel. Nothing she can do at all because of the silence for 3.5 seconds. She's stuck there, and yeah, she just totally melted there by my team, and now we're in a very good position to push for a win. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna go charge into the base, as fast as we can because it's just Fortress there. We're able to deal with Fortress. Fortress now uses his ult, so now he's down and ult, and now we can really do something here. We're just going to go for the turret because that's the most important thing. Then I go straight for the Vein Crystal. As you can see, Fortress is doing a lot of work onto Ringo. Ringo has no defense. I'm just going to concentrate on the Crystal. I tell Sky to do the same. However, of course, the other enemies come out here. And I'm just going to do my best to keep concentrating on the Vein Crystal. And Sky dies. I'm still alive. And we take out the crystal right there, fortunately before I die as well, and we win the game. So it's GG for our team. Good play there. We're able to at least focus on the objectives. Great job by my teammates, even though Sky had only 3 kills, but don't be mistaken, her damage was insane. There were a lot of times her ultimate was so on point. She took out most of the HP only for Ringo to just finish them off. Ringo built a lot of damage items there with no defense. It's quite risky. As you can see, he died 9 times, but at least he's able to dish out the damage. For the enemy team, they built fully crystals, so it's easy for us to defend against them. Even then, Ringo didn't buy any shield. But yeah, so in the end, GG by both teams. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this video, how it can be played better. Is there a different build that you will go with Catherine? I know some of you will build Catherine differently. You might build a clockwork instead of the contraption, so as to get the immediate 50% reduction in your cooldown time. So let me know what you will build in a Catherine, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.